Chapter 27. Shelter from the Storm. Perrin fretted over the leisurely pace of the Tuatha'an, who never felt the need to rush anywhere. They broke camp long after dawn and would stop as early as mid-afternoon if they found a pleasant spot to camp. Suggestions of hurrying the pace were met with concern for the horses. Elias surprised Perrin with his acceptance of it all. Clothes aside, Elias was distinguishable from the Tinkers by his grace and agility of a wolf that radiated danger, whilst the people always seemed to be on the verge of dancing, music playing even as they travelled. Elias disdained the way of the leaf, yet when Perrin asked about leaving the wagons, the older man told him, "You had hard days before you met me, and you'll have harder days still ahead. With Shadowspawn after you and Aes Sedai for friends, don't be in such a bloody hurry to put yourself in Aes Sedai hands." Perrin was worried that their presence may bring the Shadowspawn on the Tuatha'an. They'd be massacred if they won't defend themselves. All Elias would say was, "Something tells me to wait a few days. Relax, lad. Take life as it comes. Run when you must, fight when you must, rest when you can. I don't get this feeling often, but when I do, I've learned to trust them. It saved my life in the past." Every night the Tinkers sang and danced around their fires with children running all around. Egwene was always talking with Isla or dancing with Aram. He knew many of their songs, usually by other names, and when he unthinkingly asked for "The Tinker Has My Pots," they fell about laughing. He never danced much back home, but their music made his feet itch. The second night the women performed an undulating dance, hips swaying with their shawls. The movements made Perrin blush to his roots, and thanks to that they performed it every night after, which the older men thanked him for. The girls began teaching the dance to Egwene, and she would crack up laughing at the hip movements. All the while Aram watched her hotly, to the worry of Perrin and Isla. Perrin snidely asked her if she was enjoying herself, and she replied that they deserved to enjoy these moments as long as they can. Lowering his voice, he pointed out that she wanted to go to Tar Valon to become an Aes Sedai, but she retorted that she thought he didn't want her to. Uncharacteristically angry, he remarked, "Blood and ashes! Do you believe we're safe here? Are these people safe with us here? A Fade could find us any time." Sadly, Egwene told him that's why enjoying life is so important. He worried that the way of the leaf was seeping into her, and she ran off with Aram, who smiled smugly at Perrin. Isla would mother him, but she always looked at him sadly when she saw his axe. All the Tuatha'an did. He wanted to shout at them that the way of the leaf stood no chance against Trollocs and Fades. They would cut down every leaf. His dreams stayed normal though, no Ba'alzaman, but a new nightmare crept in of the wagons overrun by Shadowspawn. He could sense the wolves around the camp, but they kept their distance. They held the dogs in contempt. They'd forgotten their heritage. Each day his awareness grew sharper. Dapple was getting impatient. They would see the humans south, but chafed at the speed. Wind was with Burning, wanting to rid themselves of the youths. Hopper was a scarred, grizzled fighter who cared nothing for human troubles. But if Dapple wanted this thing done, then he'd see it done, and meet any challenge to her authority with his teeth. Perrin's next dream began calmly enough. He was sat at the Luhan's table, sharpening his axe. Alsbert was cooking, saying nothing, even when a wolf walked in and curled up between Perrin and the door. Abruptly it rose, hackles up and growling, as Ba'alzaman strode in. Looking at the wolf, he asked, "Is this what you have to protect you? Well, I have faced this before, many times before." He crooked a finger and the wolf howled as fire burst from his ears, eyes, mouth and skin. The stench of burning meat and fur filled the kitchen, and all the while Alsbert carried on cooking. Perrin used his hands to beat out the flames, then snatched his axe as he shouted at Ba'alzaman to leave him alone. The Dark One told him, "You cannot run from me. You cannot hide from me. If you are the one, you are mine. The eye of the world will consume you. I mark you as mine." He flung out his hand and a raven flew at Perrin's face, who screamed as its beak pierced his left eye. Perrin woke amongst the wagons and checked his eye, finding no damage or pain, though he remembered it. Elias crouched down next to him as the wolves began to howl, and he shared in their sensations. Fire, pain, hate, kill! Softly, Elias told him it's time to go, and Perrin scrambled to gather his blankets. Rain came out of his wagon, bleary-eyed at being woken by the wolves, and Elias told him they were leaving. The Seeker studied the sky and announced that the wagons would be changing direction. "There's something in the air. They'll go east, maybe to the spine of the world, and visit a steading. Though Ogier don't welcome everyone, they always welcome the Tuatha'an." Rain tried to persuade Elias to wait until breakfast, but the grizzled man declined, saying they leave now. Egwene appeared and simply nodded at the news of their departure, and went to gather her belongings. Rain insisted that they let the camp bid them farewell, and set off to wake everyone. By the time they were ready to go, every tinker had woken to say goodbye, and Aram pulled Egwene to the side to try to persuade her to stay. Egwene stubbornly declined, and when Aram kept arguing, Isla sent him off. Rain announced, "You came in peace. Depart now in peace. Always will our fires welcome you in peace. The way of the leaf is peace." Elias responded formally, "Peace be on you always, and on all the people. I will find the song, or another will find the song, but the song will be sung, this year or in a year to come. As it once was, so shall it be again, world without end." All the Tuatha'an chorused, "World without end, world and time without end." Rain warned them that he feels wickedness in the air. When the seeker walked away, Elias saw the pair watching him, and scowling said, "So I don't believe in their fool song. No need to make them feel bad by messing up their ceremony, was there? I told you, they set a store by ceremony sometimes." Elias was greeted by Dapple, Hopper and Wind as Perrin wondered why the wolves in his dreams hadn't protected him last night. Their thoughts entered his mind. Not complete. Accept. Full heart, full mind. You still struggle. Only complete when you accept. He asked Egwene why she spent so much time talking with Isla, and she replied she was given advice on being a woman. Perrin remarked that no one tells men how to be men. Egwene retorted that that explained why they make such a bad job of it, sending Elias into howls of laughter.
Thanks for listening. Please like, share and subscribe and help get a new channel off the ground. Thank you.